What up, y'all? K&A Media Company. Kane and Aiden in the house for the first time in a minute. Aiden, how you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good today. We got some great videos for you guys. We're kicking off with a presentation ranking every number one pick since 2000.
Facts. So we're just trying different things out, trying different types of content, seeing what y'all like, what y'all don't like. So, we're big basketball guys, so we came together ranking every number one pick. So, Aiden, why don't you go ahead and tell us the criteria that we use for this?
So the criteria is going to be number one, success with the drafted team. So obviously we know guys, come into the league, stay on the team, they get traded, they win a ring. That does, it does matter to an extent, but overall the success with that team was a big thing in this. Overall stats and accolades, awards, points, rebounds, all that stuff. And obviously potential too, which this one kind of goes a long way. You guys will kind of see more of that as we go throughout the list, and we'll explain it more. And disclaimer, Cooper Flag is not included. Obviously, we know he's gonna be really good, but it's really too soon.
You're right.
So
I think this is so important because it just depends really what you value, right? So I personally think that success with the drafted team like Kyrie, you want to ring on the Cavs because that's the goal of the number one pick is to change the franchise.
Exactly.
And that's really what we're doing it about is what do they do for the franchise? Obviously, the player, that's one thing. If it was based off the player, obviously AD has a really good case because of what he did after he left the Pelicans. Other guys too, but it's really about what do you do for the team that drafted you.
All right, so we'll kick it off with our list. King, start us off.
All right, so number 25, not much explanation needed. We got Anthony Bennett. I mean, look at that dude's basketball reference page. Goodness me.
Never averaged more than 6 points. Never had any type of award. Didn't make an all-rookie team. Was truly I don't even know. I think remember the end of the draft, they were like Anthony Bennett, and people were like, "What?"
Yeah.
Even the comment, this was I think even at the time, this was a really questionable pick.
Yeah, I can't. Who else was in that draft class? I'm trying to think. I don't really remember.
2013.
Yeah, who all was in 2013? But
there was definitely better options.
Yeah,
for sure. We don't even gotta get into that.
Yeah. So all right, a little rough there, but number 24, Aiden.
We got Markelle Fultz to the Sixers. This one was kind of a hard one because we know he dealt with a lot of injuries. This dude had a jumper in college.
Yeah, I mean, look at his games played. He never played more than 20 games.
But also he didn't really do anything for Philly. Not his fault really. He got injured, but overall he just didn't play that good in Philly.
And also, what else was in that draft class? Right, Tatum, Mitchell,
Kuzma. No, I'm just playing.
I mean, yeah, that's just. It's rough, and think about what he did in college, bro. At Washington, oh my gosh, his Washington highlights were insane.
This dude was tough, bro.
I remember when he was in college battling out with Lonzo, that was tough. But yeah, it just didn't work out. Honestly, Loki did not even know that he played for Sacramento this year.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know that either.
Oh my gosh,
but he played 21 games, 8 minutes. So I mean, but honestly, I was I rooted for him personally.
Yeah,
he never was some a bad dude. I mean, it's just. He couldn't really get it going. I remember when he went to the Magic, he kind of started off pretty solid. I was still rooting for him.
I mean, those are solid numbers off the bench for Orlando, but
for sure.
Let's see what we got at 23.
At number 23, we got Kwame Brown. This one's pretty explainable. I think the reason we put him higher than the last two was because he did have a longer career. I mean, Fultz is still in the league, but let's be honest, he's getting 8 games a season.
Yeah, he might not be in the league for too much longer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he's currently signed or anything, but I'm not really. I don't know. And Brown, I mean, you can kind of see off the bench, these aren't terrible. I mean, you can see he was starting though. So
yeah, and especially only playing 4 years for Washington. And I'm gonna sound like an old head here, but I'm gonna just say it. I mean, 12 years in the NBA, that's an accomplishment. Yeah, I know that's an old head comment, but 12 years in the NBA, that's an accomplishment. Obviously, didn't work out in Washington.
Jordan hated that dude on Washington.
All right, let's see, 22. All right, so at 22, we got Greg Oden. Injuries, man. I mean, you could see it right there. Didn't even play his first year. Injuries, and I don't know if Aiden, if you've seen the video of him when he was walking on a college campus.
Yeah.
Do you play basketball? I used to. It's oh,
that was actually sad. That was sad, bro.
I know. But you could see the potential was there. Obviously, I mean, 7-foot center. So
I think the biggest reason why we put him lower too was the fact that KD was you know what I mean? You picked him over KD.
Right.
That's a guarantee. Not a guaranteed ring, but I mean, that is a super big thing to lose.
Yeah, and if you're arguing that Greg Oden's not a bust, come on, bro. Don't be arguing.
He played 3 seasons in the NBA. He played I mean, in 2 seasons, he played 1 season combined.
Yeah.
He played 105 games, bro.
Yeah.
So I mean,
sucks that it didn't work out.
Yeah.
All right.
Coming in number 21, we got Andrea Bargnani. Did they say his name?
I don't know, but we actually kind of honestly, I didn't really know much about his stats, but like you look right there, 17, 21, 19, like that's solid, and he did that with the team that drafted him, so that's kind of why we put him there. But career-wise, only 14.3 points. And
yeah, he didn't really last long in the league either. Was it like 9 seasons?
yeah, 10 years. That's it. I mean,
yeah, and even then, he didn't play a lot. He was hurt a lot. You see, like he didn't really play a lot of games. His shooting percentages were kind of bad, but I mean, 20 points is 20 points, though. You know, at the end of the day, everyone before him was averaging like 6. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I think that's kind of the reason why we put him up here.
All right, so number 20, we got Andrew Bogut. Honestly, I gotta say, respect to Andrew Bogut. I never peeped his basketball reference page before, but he was actually getting some blocks. He was actually putting up some solid numbers, especially on Milwaukee that drafted him. Obviously, we remember from Golden State where he got backpacked to a freaking ring. But actually, he only won one with them. So
Yeah, that's
but
true.
yeah, and he actually has some accolades too. Look at that, blocks champ, All NBA.
All rookie.
Okay,
All
Andrew.
defensive?
I didn't know Andrew was like that.
No,
but
I mean, like you can kind of see pretty clear like why we put him above those guys.
yeah. I think this was interesting to weigh him and Bargnani because
Yeah.
what do you value more?
So number
Overall?
19, this is gonna be kind of a hot take coming up next. But we got Zachariah Richer.
Richeche. Yeah.
Richeche.
This dude, let me tell you, what a second half of the year he had. I mean, it was just started off rough. Second half better. We did see potential a little bit. You know, that's the reason. You know, because potential. Like we thought about like Bargnani. Like I could see Richeche averaging 20 points a game.
Exactly.
In his prime.
Exactly. That was the big. We kind of weighed him based off potential. And even so, like we look at Bogut, like I think like Bogut and him are kind of interchangeable. The thing about Bogut is that like he didn't really do much for Milwaukee, and I know he didn't do much for Atlanta either. But coming in off like one of the worst draft classes ever, no one really cared about this draft class. No one cared about the number 1 overall pick. You know, came in the league kind of slow, but picked up towards the second half. Like we definitely see potential in this guy.
And this was crazy because they won the lottery. Like they were not supposed to win the lottery. Like they were so far down, and they got like the worst year to win the lottery.
Exactly.
Like that was not a good draft class. But I'm sure we're gonna talk about this in another video. But I really like this Hawks team. I think this Hawks team is gonna be really good with Porzingis added.
Facts.
And so I think, you know, this guy could play a part on a team that makes a run, and I still think he's gonna be good. So, and I feel like we could go back on this, but this might be like a ranking where like we eat our words, and like he ends up being like good,
Trash,
like,
or he sucks. We'll see.
He could suck, but he could be like good, and we could have undervalued him. You know,
Exactly.
So
So all the comments that hate, we can go back and be like, you said what?
we'll see. All right, 19 or 18, Kenyon Martin, father of Rockets legend KJ Martin.
I mean, there's not really much to say. Just solid career, all-star, all-rookie. I mean, always like a above average player, I'd say. Up until like his later years.
All right.
But I think he's clearly had a better career than everyone before him. So
Is it crazy to say that old heads overrate Kenyon Martin? Because I feel like Loki, I've heard a lot of unnecessary Kenyon Martin banter over the time.
I mean, looking back, it's not really like crazy impressive. I'm not hating on him. You know, I don't think he sucks or whatever. Obviously, the dude's solid for sure. But I mean, he's definitely more solid than everyone before.
Facts. How about the New Jersey Nets logo too?
For real.
Bring back the New Jersey Nets.
That's what's tough. That's tough. Number 17, we got DeAndre Ayton. I think, people might be like, why is he above Kenyon Martin? I mean, Kenyon Martin's peak was 16.5 points. It's not all about points, but Ayton also got to the finals with the Suns. He had that lob, that dunk to win the game in the playoffs. Like, he had some pretty big moments, regardless of how you feel about Ayton. Like, personally, we always say, like, Ayton's really not that good.
Right.
He just went to the Lakers. I mean,
he was picked over Luka.
Picked over Luka and Trae Young.
Yeah.
And Marvin Bagley. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, but I think the Lakers are over. I'm gonna just say I think the Lakers are overrated. I think they're gonna be a good team.
45-37. I'm telling you, bro. That team is built for 45 and 37. I'm trying to tell you.
I don't think they're gonna be a great team this year. I don't think Ayton really moves the needle that much either. I mean, they did need a center, so I'll give him that. And he was solid in Portland last year, but honestly, I think not this upcoming year, but I think the next year.
Yeah.
I think Portland's gonna be.
And let me tell you, look at these nicknames. I don't think anyone's ever called Ayton Dominator. Dominating. That's kind of Tiger. Who calls him that?
Yikes!
I don't know, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, 16. We got the guy that never played a single game for the team that drafted him,
Andrew Wiggins. Which I know it's like the Cavs. We'll still count him draft Timberwolves. He got traded on draft night.
Yeah.
So I think the biggest reason why we put him over other guys, I mean, just look at he was getting buckets, bro. Wiggins does. I'm not like Wiggins gets hate, bro.
Bro, something
The
I
Wiggins
didn't
hate is
realize,
kind of crazy. It's kind of unnecessary.
18.5 points a game for his career. I
That's
didn't
solid.
realize
That's
that.
super solid.
That's solid, yeah.
And rookie of the year too, at an All-Star appearance, won a championship with the Warriors.
Right, and he played good. I mean, he was obviously in the trade, and I mean, after he got traded to Miami, he's good. That Miami team, watch out. I mean, Miami, they're probably still a playing team. Let's be honest,
Yeah,
because they are every year.
They're just not really. They're just missing something.
Yeah, I think they're missing size, but they got some nice pieces though. Wiggins was scoring the ball. They got Norman Powell now, who had a really good year with the Clippers. Khalil Ware, baller, center. So we'll see. I don't know, but yeah, Wiggins. Honestly, maybe Wiggins a little underrated. I mean, 18.5 points a game for
overhated.
Overhated,
yeah.
18.5 points a game for 11 years. Like that's something.
And I swear, bro, dudes were clowning him back in the day. I swear, bro,
Yeah.
back in like 19, 18, like dudes were clowning this dude, and he's like, I always thought he was solid. You know, I mean, there's a reason why he's up here. I don't know who calls him Maple Jordan or Air Canada, but I mean, the dude is solid for sure.
Facts.
Coming in number 15, I think this is a bit of a hot take. Maybe not super hot, but Ben Simmons, just because Ben Simmons was solid on Philly, bro.
Yeah.
Like I know he sucked. Like I know he sucked after that, but you got to think this dude was a serious DPOY candidate. Like we can't forget that. Like honestly, I mean 2019, 2020, like was that Rudy?
Yeah, I think so.
I think you could argue that Ben Simmons was robbed. Honestly, I mean I'm not gonna go here and like he was robbed. But I would you could argue it.
I think I'm gonna say something too that like maybe is not that much of. Maybe this is a hot take. I think the whole non-dunk was overblown because he was in Philly.
Yeah.
Like, look at those numbers. Like, he was literally an all-star his last year in Philly.
Yeah.
And was basically forced out of there by the media. I'm not going to say forced out of by the media because he did hold out, obviously. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think if he played for a smaller market team, like, maybe some of that isn't as prevalent.
But the dude just lost his confidence. I mean, I don't really know where it went wrong.
Yeah.
I think even so, like, honestly, I don't know. He definitely got like a lot worse out of nowhere. But honestly, I think it mostly had to do with number one confidence, but number two just injury. I know he did hold out for a while, but you can even look on here. He was not playing that many games. He barely played.
Yeah, and he has the accolades.
But the dude's always been solid at defense though, for sure. Everyone always knows that dude can guard 1 through 5, bro. And that's that's an impressive trait. So that's kind of why we put him at 15.
Facts.
Moving on, number 14, we got Yao Ming.
From
This
our Houston Rockets.
Exactly. We're a Rockets fan, so so you can't say we're biased on this one. So we kind of talked about this. Yao Ming is very overrated, and it kind of sucks to say that because he is a Rocket player. But let's be honest, bro. Like, I mean, this is before. Was there fan voting back then?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Because it kind of makes me wonder because like I see him, he's an All-Star his rookie season, averaging 13 and 8.
Yeah.
Those are not All-Star numbers, and obviously it was easy to make All-Star back then. But you got to think like, remember Zaza almost made it before. Like think about China. Think about how many people in China versus where he's from.
Yeah, and you got to think too. Like I mean, obviously, the height is gonna help you score the ball a little bit. Obviously, no.
Yeah,
doubt.
and even
He's gonna get
the
some
blocks
easy
aren't
buckets.
super impressive. The rebounds aren't really that high. I mean, the dude he was a freak of nature. You know what I mean? He was a cool dude. I'm not hating on Yao. Like he's a cool dude. Like
and also the fact that he couldn't stay healthy.
yeah, exactly.
Like that, when you only get 8 years out of your number one pick, like I mean, that's good compared to some of the things on this list.
Yeah.
But you want to get more than that. Like you look at like Cade is entering his 4th year.
Yeah,
Like that's half of what Yao played.
exactly.
So it's like you want to get more out of your number one picks than 8 years. So
exactly.
All-Star every year is impressive. I won't lie.
But honestly though, but even in
his
his last season, he played 5 games and was an All-Star.
yeah,
Like this dude had some. He had some.
insane.
He had some very serious bias against him. I like the dude though for sure. But yeah. So moving on, number 13, we got Blake Griffin. So Blake Griffin, he's just an interesting guy because people are always like, "Oh, Lob City, Lob City, Lob City, Lob City." Well, I'm looking like I remember watching that Detroit season. This dude found his 3-ball, bro.
Yeah,
I feel like people forget about that. This dude was knocking down threes in Detroit.
yeah, for sure. I mean, I think Lob City. I think there's fair questions to be asked about how good really was that team.
I mean, it was entertaining. Don't get it wrong.
Yeah, it was one of those entertaining teams of all time.
You know, those highlights are gonna be shown for years and years.
Right.
But
And then-
overall, I mean, he was drafted above, Curry and Harden.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest. Going back now, this dude would not. He would. I mean, he probably top 5, maybe top 5.
Right. And then
He was solid.
And then you got to look at like, were the Clippers anywhere close to winning anything with him?
Exactly.
And not really. And I mean, he goes to Detroit, obviously, and never was going to win anything there.
Kind of gets hurt, kind of bounces around, no one really knows what's going on.
I forgot about his Boston tenure.
I know that was rough.
And he played 41 games, and I still forgot about it. But
I think he had like one solid dunk. We were talking about this earlier. I think he had like one solid dunk that season that like got posted on ESPN. Like vintage Blake Griffin's back. They ain't posted the 4.1 points though.
Facts. 6-time All-Star, All-Rookie, 5-time All-NBA. I mean, he was solid, and number one picks are supposed to be solid.
Exactly.
But
didn't really do much for the Clippers.
Yeah.
He brought entertainment, which is awesome.
And that's kind of why we put him below some of the guys that we're about to show. Including Cade Cunningham. This was tough to put him this low, I won't lie.
Yeah. His potential is crazy, bro.
And he might make us eat our words right here.
Exactly. And he's from Arlington, Texas. We're out here in Texas too,
26-9 is crazy though. Going back on it, maybe we put him a little higher. I think there's a conversation to be had between him and another guy on our list that we're gonna show. But like, what's his max? I think kind of how we determined it was like this: Cade at max potential is maybe as good as some of the guys that are
for sure.
So that's why we kind of put him.
I mean, you gotta think too. Obviously, he's not on the same level as Luka, but look at their numbers; they're not really that different, bro.
Yeah. Do you think we maybe should put him a little higher? I don't know.
We'll look next. But I mean, this dude is solid, bro. His potential is crazy. I think the reason why we kind of put him this low is because, like, he was injured his first couple seasons. He had some problems. But I mean, he made it to the playoffs this year. All-Star. He took a couple games against New York, which is pretty impressive, especially taking a game in MSG, first playoff appearance.
If he
playing in Detroit, which is like notoriously known for never making the playoffs.
Right. If he plays at this level, we're gonna definitely eat our words. But I think that.
And I don't think, honestly, I think him being at number 12 right now, I think give it like 2 years, I think he could easily be like top 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we could really just come back here in like, 3 years, 2 years and be like ranking every pick now, looking back like, okay, Katie got 2 more years under his belt. Maybe, he averaged 30 1 year. Maybe he got a couple more All-Star appearances.
Yeah.
But I don't really see a path to failure with him, really.
Yeah,
he keeps getting better.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the book is still out and we'll see what they can do.
His biggest problem is turnovers. Yeah. This dude turned over the ball like crazy, bro. But I mean, I would say I'm a fan of him. I'm definitely rooting for him. So 100%,
yeah.
So number 11, we got John Wall, and this one with Cade was a little bit interchangeable. The only thing is that yes, Wall has the All-Star appearances. Like yes, he had that era on a chokehold, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like prime John Wall was so fun to watch, but looking back, they didn't really get anything out of him. No,
I think for me the biggest reason that he was over Cade is the assists.
Yeah.
So like,
but even Cade's getting there though.
Cade's getting dimes. Cade had 9 dimes last year. I think they could be interchangeable. I think it's just gonna come down to health.
I say give it 2 seasons, bro. I think Cade's already above John Wall.
I think that's fair. Yeah, I mean,
he got the size. John Wall. Basically, about John Wall, the athleticism, the passing, the blocks. I mean, this dude made Marcin Gortat look like a superstar, bro.
So I think if we could do it again, maybe we put Cade over John Wall.
Yeah, but I would say give it a year or 2.
Yeah.
I would say he's clearly over Wall after that.
Number 10, we went with Paulo. I mean, I think
this was a bit of a hot one.
This is a hot take, but the consistency since he's been in the league and he's improved every year. Like as Rockets fans, we talk about Jalen Green.
This dude is good, bro. Like, and I think his potential is super high. I don't know, kind of where it ranks up against Cade. That's the thing. I feel like him and Cade could have been switched out, maybe.
That's fair.
But I mean, he won Rookie of the Year. He averaged, his points are crazy. And honestly, dude, this year, bro, before he got hurt, we were talking about this. Like, this dude is like, he's taking the superstar jump.
Yeah,
sure. It was really hard to watch him get hurt this season.
Yeah, and obviously you don't know off that major injury how he's going to come back. But if he comes back the same, that's kind of what we're banking on. This dude is an easy, 30. He could average 30.
30.
Like, he really could.
30, close to 10 boards. He's even getting 5 assists.
And the East is wide
open.
This
dude is 6'10", bro. 250. He's a big guy. He's not, he's not a point guard.
Think about how open the East is, too.
Exactly.
Like, this dude really could – this dude and this team – because this Magic team is solid. And I know a lot of people were hating on the Desmond Bane trade, and they did give up a lot, but they needed shooting bad.
Yeah.
And so that's like a perfect fit.
I think this dude is really good. I definitely see the superstar potential. I think if he stays healthy. And even so, the East is wide open, bro.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at the East, I'm like, what's even out there anymore? Like, right. Giannis, but even so, the Bucks aren't doing good.
Bucks are looking, worse.
Philly is
a hot mess with injuries.
Yeah.
You've got Halliburton and Tatum out.
Exactly.
East is wide open. I think this team could make a run. I wouldn't be surprised.
I say honestly, if Paolo were to play this year all healthy, and to go into next year, I could say easily top 3 seed.
Easily.
But I think too, this dude comes back. If he comes back this year and plays good, I say top 5 for sure. I say the Hawks too, bro.
I think this team could be a finals team the next 3 years. I know it's a little bit of a hot take.
Winning or like all
Making it.
Okay.
Making it.
That's not. I would say that's a bad take. I think if he stays healthy, then yeah. But if he doesn't, then nah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Moving on to our top 10 now. Well, what's top 10? But number 9, we got Karl-Anthony Towns. This is kind of a hard one because there's some guys above him. It was a lot. It was a lot. But
Yeah. I think just the consistency. Obviously, look at the points per game, but then look at games played. Like, he's playing a lot of games. I know recently he started out playing a lot of games. He's kind of fallen off a little bit.
yeah,
A little bit of a questionable trade to send him to the Knicks, but he had a really good year this year.
Yeah,
he
for
was
sure.
Really good.
He was
Throughout
really good.
regular season and playoffs.
and on the rebounds too. I know he averaged 12.8, which is similar to the other ones. But like I remember watching this year, this dude was different on the boards this year.
Yeah.
He really was.
Yeah,
And obviously he's like best 3-point shooting center of all time.
facts.
This dude is super good. I mean, even for Timberwolves, he didn't really do like a crazy amount, which I think that's what kind of led to him being this low.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I still don't like that trade, but
that trade made no sense, bro. For Randall,
Yeah, it made no sense.
I never got that.
But he had solid years in Minnesota, Rookie of the Year. Man, they literally just made the conference finals too. If that core would have stuck together,
For real,
that would have been
him and Ant were definitely fun to watch together for sure.
100%. And I think that, I don't know. That's why I think maybe we put him that highest because we know what he could have done if he would have stayed.
I think everything after this one, I think everything else is pretty hot after this one.
Okay.
I think we got some hot takes coming
Let's see
up.
what we got.
So number 8, we got Zion. So this is a hot one, I think, already because people are like over Cat, over whatever. The thing is about Zion is that when this dude plays, he's like one of the best players on the court.
Yeah, I think he's easily a top 10 player in the NBA when he plays.
Exactly.
I mean, the dude was getting triple doubles last year at the end of the year when he finally played. Obviously, you look at New Orleans and that situation is terrible. And honestly, most of it is probably because that he doesn't play. But
I think this one was a very potential thing. You seen the dude? I think he got back in shape too.
yeah,
There was a big talk about like why does he weigh so much? Why does he weigh so much? He got back in shape. I think he needs to stay healthy and stay out of legal trouble.
Yeah.
But other than that, this dude he's good, bro.
yeah. I think this dude's a top 10 player in the NBA when he's healthy and maybe is closer to the top 5 than
for
people
sure.
realize.
Because he's tough to guard, bro. In the paint, he's not like you're not moving him.
Right.
He's really solid.
Yeah, he can score the ball. Obviously his assists and his rebounds have been, coming up a lot better since he's been. But
You kind of see his numbers. His numbers are very similar to Paulo's too.
yeah,
But I would say when he plays, he's probably better. But just the injury aspect. 30 games, 25 points. Like they may not seem like a top 10 player, but you gotta understand this dude is. How long did he not play before that? Like,
right.
he got to get back in the rhythm. Imagine what his game 20 looked like compared to game 3. You know what I mean?
It's also not just scoring too, because I feel like a lot of times when a player's on a bad team, you look at scoring like, wow, he averages 20, but he's taking all the shots.
Yeah.
Zion's impacting the game in more ways than just scoring, so
Exactly.
it's not that he's just taking all the shots in New Orleans. So I think this dude's really good, but let's see who we got at number 7.
Number 7, we got D Rose. This is gonna be the hot one. This is the one that's gonna get everybody mad.
I didn't know where to put D Rose, honestly. Aiden was very passionate about it, so why do you think
For me,
D Rose was 7?
I think honestly, to me, I thought this was fair. I thought other people were probably gonna
I
be.
don't think it's not fair.
There was a talk of having like even we had Towns over him at one point, which looking back, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Considering the fact that he did win an MVP, even when he went to the conference finals. But I think the biggest thing for us is like he did even after his injury, he was solid, bro.
Yeah.
He was solid on the Timberwolves, and like I know that doesn't like contribute to like team success, but he is an MVP. He's one of the only guys on here with the MVP.
Right. And you got to think like the back-to-back seasons where he averaged 18 in Minnesota, like he was doing that off the bench.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think it's fair. Obviously, potential factors in a little bit because you're thinking about obviously the biggest question in basketball: what happened if D Rose didn't get injured?
Yeah.
But like at the same time,
But that's the potential thing, and for us, we kind of people like to be like, oh, top 3 point guard.
We're not saying that.
I'm not going that far. People always want to like overrate D Rose. I like D Rose. I have nothing against him. Like I definitely wish this dude never got hurt and I could watch him play a full career. But let's be real, bro. He didn't really have a jumper. He was very athletic, but he was 21 and very athletic. What does that look like in 10 years?
Right. I think that moving forward, we definitely could like. If we had to do this list in 3 years, 5 years, D Rose maybe would not be 7 anymore.
Yeah.
I think that's fair to say.
I mean, I can see Paolo jumping over him. I can see Cade jumping over him.
But I think for now,
yeah,
we're gonna put him there. All right, number 6.
And I think it's a bit of a hot one
too. The guy
too.
that I do not like off the court, but on the court, that man is fun to watch.
Facts. I think the biggest thing with this one is like people are gonna be like, well, D Rose this. A little pump reference. Hold up. Sorry. I think Ant's potential is crazy.
Well, he's already hitting it. You know, he's averaging 27. He's improved.
He's 23. He's 23 years old.
He's 23 and he's averaging almost 30 a night, and they're winning. They've been in the
he's,
conference finals.
And he's bringing in so many fans to the sport. This dude he's popping, bro. Like
he's in like every commercial.
For real.
But they're winning too. Like to go to the conference finals this year after you lose Cat, like that's impressive.
Yeah, this dude was cooking in the playoffs, bro. This dude beat the Warriors.
He steps up against big players. He makes plays.
He disrupts the defense. He makes crazy plays on offense. He knocks down the three. He gets the highlight reels. I mean, this dude is crazy, bro.
No matter how much you do or don't like him, you have to admit that he's already a top 5 player in the NBA.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be like if you had to pick a face of the NBA, and I don't think there's gonna be one face of the NBA, but if you had to pick a face of the NBA in 5 years, it's hard to not say it's this dude.
Exactly. So coming at number 5, we got Dwight Howard,
aka Superman.
That's the only nickname on here that I've actually seen.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean Hall of Famer, right? So we already know that he's a Hall of Famer. You look at what he did with Orlando, brought him to the finals. 3 straight DPOYs is crazy too. And look at all the look at those rebounding numbers. Look at those. I mean,
I think with this one, we'll talk about him more on the next one, just so we can kind of see the comparison we're thinking of. But I mean, 8 straight years in Orlando. He was solid, bro. He was good every year. I mean, my biggest problem with him is that after he left Orlando, he wasn't the same.
Yeah,
he really wasn't. Bounced around. He went to the Rockets. He wasn't bad on the Rockets, but like. He just didn't find any success anywhere. He went to the finals with the Magic.
Obviously, one that was a bigger piece to that Laker bubble team than a lot of people.
Yeah, we talked about that too. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
This dude, I mean, on that bubble squad, this dude was locking up. I might say locking up, but he played really good defense on Jokic, dude, bro.
Him and Rondo were the 2 players that not a lot of people talking about because they seemed they were
34-year-olds,
but they actually contributed to the bubble.
And
success.
honestly, I feel like it's not crazy to say like Dwight probably should have been in the league these last couple of seasons. It's not crazy.
No,
I feel like that's fair, honestly,
to
fair. Me. But coming in number 4, Anthony Davis. Now these two, that was probably the hardest discussion we had was AD or Dwight, because they're so similar kind of in a way, and they obviously want to ring together. I mean, we talk about homegrown team, and I think the biggest factor with AD is that like him and Dwight were averaging very similar numbers. Yeah. AD has a jumper. Dwight does not have a jumper.
I think the biggest thing with AD, I don't know. I would be okay with putting AD lower on this list just because of what he didn't do in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And I think that's fair to say. But I think putting him this high, we kind of took into account the overall player. I mean, he's pretty much in the DPOY conversation just about every year when he plays.
Exactly.
He's consistent. Look at all those 20-plus point per game. I mean, look at that.
And a lot of you guys say, like, he wasn't playing. He wasn't playing. This dude was playing his last few years. I mean, he played 76 games.
Yeah, played 76 games.
And when he did play 76 games, what is he, 4th in DPOY? And honestly, bro, the numbers, like, the 2.3 blocks is good, but y'all had to be there, bro. Right. I mean, this dude...
It's the non-box score.
Exactly. Because you could really look at it. Like, this dude, look at, like, when he's like, I forgot what the stats call. Like, whenever he's the closest defender to whoever's shooting, it was one of the lowest in the league.
Yeah.
This dude has crazy defense. I think with him and Dwight, the biggest difference is like the ability to stretch the floor.
Right.
Dwight is not stretching the floor.
No.
Dwight is gonna go in the paint. He's gonna muscle his way through. He's gonna try to slam it on you, try to block you. AD, he can shoot a mid-range, fadeaway, threes. I mean, they passed this guy the game winner in the playoffs. He hit a game winner on the Nuggets.
And him being on the 75th anniversary team was so impressive because that was what 2020.
Yeah.
So take off all those years and he was still on it. Like that's impressive.
Exactly.
I think this dude's an easy Hall of Famer.
That easily, super easily.
And he may.
And we're talking about that too. Like if we were to like redraft this team. If we were to redraft every player on here, it's hard to say this dude wouldn't be like top 3. You know what I mean? But I think the team success factored into him being number 4.
Yeah, that's
So-
my biggest thing with him. And that's a reason that he's above the next guy, which we're gonna get to.
Exactly.
So at number 3, we got Kyrie, Uncle Drew, another nickname that I've actually heard people call
Ankle
him.
taker. I don't know. World B flat. That's kind of funny actually.
The ring, man. That's what it comes down to, right? He didn't play that long in Boston, but that big shot obviously won the Rookie of the Year. Is the second best player on the finals team,
Yeah.
and then what
But
he's done
even
after
with us
that
having
as
him
well.
here, I mean, honestly, if I had them both as rookies, I'm not saying I would take Kyrie over AD.
Right?
But the homegrown ring is a big deal.
And you know what else is crazy to think about with him too is how much different would his legacy be if he would have won, maybe 2 more championships with some of the teams that he probably should have won with.
Yeah.
Because like Boston, he played those 2 years in Boston. Like it's hard to see. Like
He kind of
he should have came out with the ring there. Brooklyn,
him
they should have
bouncing
won there.
around wasn't. It was kind of weird. Like, he wins with LeBron, and then he's like, "Oh, I want to be a star," so he leaves. Which, like, to me, like, it doesn't really make sense to me. Like, why would you leave? You literally just won a championship, and then you get hurt in the finals, and then you leave.
Right.
So then he goes to Boston. Like he's super like he hops in there with like rookie Tatum.
Yeah.
Like super young Jaylen Brown. And then he leaves. Those guys didn't even touch their potential yet. They didn't even
Right.
scratch the surface. I mean, they were solid. I'm not saying they sucked or anything. They were definitely good. He joins Brooklyn.
They should have won there. Absolutely.
His first year at Brooklyn, that year was crazy, bro. Them 20 games. I know like it's only 20 games, but I don't know if you remember that. This dude was getting like
Yeah.
he was getting high. I remember like, dude, you can look it up. Look up Brooklyn Nets Kyrie, bro. You gonna
Right.
see them 20 games. You gonna see a highlight every single game. This dude was going crazy. Got hurt.
Let's say he wins one more though. How different is his legacy?
With Cleveland or just right now,
Just in general. Let's
I
say
mean,
let's say he
even-
won with Brooklyn.
or even that Dallas, even last year.
Yeah.
Not last year. The year before that with Dallas.
Right. I just think his legacy would be so much different. But regardless, like, I always say this: what's the ultimate goal in sports is to win a championship, right?
Yeah.
And in the goal with the number 1 pick, you envision that player leading you to a championship, and that's what Kyrie did. So I think for that reason, that's why we have him this high.
Yeah.
Even though he only barely played with Cleveland, that's why.
But number 2, I think this is a bit of a hot one. We got Wemby. Now, I feel like we talk a lot about team success, and obviously he hasn't had a lot, but this dude's potential is crazy.
Big on the potential there.
But to the point to where if you take every player in NBA history and put them all in one draft class, it's hard to say that this. I mean, you could say this dude you could say he'd be your number 1 pick.
It's not. I don't think it's crazy to say that he has potential. That's what me and Aiden were talking about. He has GOAT potential. He has
And
potential.
he's literally he's the best defender. He's the best shot blocker in the league. Best defender in the league. Bro.
I mean, three.
The
three
fact
blocks.
that Rudy won over him was crazy. They just
It was
they didn't
insane.
want to give it to a
To a
rookie, bro.
rookie,
They did
yeah.
not. They didn't want to do it. They didn't want to give him that hype.
Yeah, I think this dude. We talk about Ohtani in baseball as like the best player we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like this dude is like that.
Mhm.
Like he has potential to be the best player we've ever seen. I mean, look at it. The points have gone up. The rebounds have gone up in both years. Obviously, he had that injury, but he's cleared now. So
And obviously, even looking at here, he doesn't actually. If he never improved his whole career and played like this, he's a top 10 player all time. Top 5, bro.
that's crazy.
Think about that. 24.3, 3.8 blocks, 11 boards. You can't say that's not better than prime
That's
Dwight.
better than a lot of.
You can't say it's not. Wemby in his second year is better than prime Dwight, bro.
Yeah.
And like, if you don't, okay, I'm not gonna lie, that may sound like kind of crazy, but low key, think about it for 5 seconds, and if you don't agree with that, like,
Yeah.
what can you say?
Right. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's fair. I think Wemby. Look, this is a potential one, and we did the potential with Paulo. We probably sold Kate a little short.
Maybe, yeah,
That's
a
kind of
little
my
bit.
overall thing. We're gonna talk about that in, but
I think, like I said, give him 2 years, bro.
let's go to number 1 because let's be honest, no arguments here.
Yeah,
The GOAT.
got one. He won homegrown, got a chip.
Right.
4 rings. Even though he didn't have the greatest drafted team success, he still got them to the finals. How many
Right.
times? 4 times
Yeah.
or 5 times? Because he got with them once before, and then he go back. Yeah, he took Cleveland to the finals 5 times. Super. I mean, he put in some of the hardest teams ever. 4 MVP. What? It's not. Honestly, it's not.
Yeah, we
I'm
don't
not gonna
have
say
to
anything. Just look at it for like 5 minutes. You know LeBron.
Right.
He's the GOAT.
So yeah, that's our list. Let us know what you think. I'm gonna ask you this, Aiden. If you had to say, if we had to go back, maybe because we did the PowerPoint and then we filmed it. Now after we filmed this video, do you think there's anything you would do differently?
Maybe drop Zion by 1. Maybe up Kate a tiny bit, but
Drop
I don't know.
Zion a bit, yeah, drop Kate.
Maybe put Paulo over Zion. It's getting close. I mean, Paulo's really good.
I think I would do Kate up a little bit. I still think maybe D-Rose I might flip back a couple.
You might flip back
Yeah.
just because he didn't do nothing there. I
I think-
mean,
I think D Rose maybe.
It's such a touchy subject though. It's like
Yeah.
hard to like say anything about him because someone's over here like probably got a pitchfork outside my house right now.
I just think I maybe would have dropped him back a couple spots. Probably dropped Kate up a little bit, but I don't know. It's interesting. This is something that we can revisit years down the line. But let us know what you think. We're gonna have the basketball content rolling for sure because that's obviously how me and Aiden, got started was hoops. So we're gonna have the hoops content rolling. But for now, it's K&A Media signing off.